Greetings gamers, this is Rad with Arcade 816 and I'm here for week 4 of the crowdfunding campaign phase 1, and that is going to be the last week that we're going to do this. That's completion of phase 1. We've got 3 cabinets up right now, and we are going to swing back around to the Super Nintendo cabinet maybe sometime later as part of phase 2, which may or may not happen depending on, you know, how well we do and what we decide, you know, if we've got enough to go forward, or, you know, there's all kinds of things to be considered. So once we figure all that out, then we'll say, hey, we got enough, we're good, or we're going to say, hey, we're going to go forward with phase 2 and get some more cabinets out to you. We'll see what happens. But for now, let's focus on week 4 of the crowdfunding campaign phase 1. And this is the final week, like I said, and we've got the Nintendo Entertainment System cabinet here. And this one is, it's a beauty. And yeah, I mean, they're all pretty good, you know, right, I think. But this one, I got a soft spot for Nintendo. That's kind of when I became, you know, more of a true gamer. You know, we had the Atari 2600 and I played it and I enjoyed it as a hobby, but once I played this game right here, Super Mario Brothers, I really kind of became, you know, this is something that I want to do like with my life from now on. So yeah, let's why don't we take a look at this cabinet, do a little spotlight video, show you some of its finer features, and then you can decide maybe if you want to purchase this and help us out with the crowdfunding, or you want to move on. So let's take a look at this cabinet right here. Alright, Nintendo Entertainment System console cabinet. I can never get this marquee to look right in the light on camera. Let me see if I can adjust it a little bit for you so you can kind of see what it looks like. There, that's a little bit better. You can kind of see it there, hopefully. I went with the that gray and white logo because I don't see that very often, and that was on the original Nintendo Entertainment System box art. So whenever I see the logo in that style, you usually see the red logo, but this logo just reminds me of those old days and that old style of artwork and everything. So that's why I decided to kind of go with that for the marquee on this one. Same thing for the bezel. Bezel's got the you know, the control deck and the star field, and the, you know, it's just like everything is, you know, it's from the old Nintendo box art. So I just really wanted to capture that style with the front of the cabinet, so that's what I went with. I don't think this needs any introduction. I mean, obviously modeled after the NES Advantage. Pretty simple design, but I think it really captures the, you know, the NES Advantage. And, you know, even though you're not playing on the NES Advantage or any, you know, real Nintendo controller, you know, dang it, it looks just like it. So, you know, most people are okay with it, and it plays great. It lets you, you know, I mean, I can do everything in Super Mario Brothers that I can do in, you know, on the console with the controllers. I mean, well, you're playing it on the console on here, but not with the original controllers. But I've had no problem adapting, you know, to this. And, you know, most people say that, yeah, when they play it, it plays fine. It plays great. And, you know, versus Super Mario Brothers is in the arcade. A lot of people played that and, you know, it played fine. So, yeah, I think the control panel works pretty well. And then, like all our other cabinets, it's got the external reset button up there. So you can tap on that, and that'll reset the game from the outside of the cabinet. I kind of feel like that's necessary because, as you can see down here, here's the actual system. But if you've got it locked up, you know, obviously you're not going to be able to hit that the reset button. So I've made it so, you know, you can hit it from outside of the cabinet, you know, by just tapping on that. So hopefully that works out for you. And then we got the system here, and then as all our cabinets, we got the display case down here. You can put all your swag and paraphernalia and junk down there that just reminds you of you know, Nintendo Entertainment System. You know, that's typically what we did when we had them out in the world. We would put all kinds of fun stuff down there that reminded us of the Nintendo. And then the side art, you know, I think we can kind of tell what that is. It's just the, you know, the top of the Nintendo Entertainment System, that, you know, a little vent that goes across the top. It's just always, you know, I try to pick things that'll evoke memories of the system, or, you know, playing on it or seeing the box art or whatever. So this is kind of what we ended up with. And you know, once we put all the pieces together, we were very happy that they all worked out together, because, you know, we've got gray pieces and we've got grays and reds, and then we've got kind of blues and blacks on the front. We were a little worried that it wasn't going to come out right, but once we put them all together, we were like, hey, you know what, it really evokes memories of the NES, so I think they work out together. I'll let you see the other side of the side art. And then what we'll do now is we'll take a look at the back of the cab so you can see kind of you know, what's going on the inside and how it's powered. FYI, we put a little fan vent up here that's like the perfect size for like a computer fan. You can put a little USB fan in there if you want to. We've never really felt like it was necessary. These things don't get very hot. It's an LCD screen in there. It's not CRT or anything. The system doesn't generate that much heat. So, I mean, the only way I'd put a fan in there, probably if you felt like you needed it, if you had it in an environment with a lot of other cabinets or in a garage where it maybe gets hot in the summer, you might want to, you know, drop a little fan in there. But honestly, we've never really had too much problem with it there. And then external power on here. This powers off everything in the cabinet. The entire cab goes off if you hit this switch. And then this is just a standard 3-prong PC connector that you know, we use to put it in there. It's a 10-foot cord because, you know, you can't always find a cord when you're in the arcade because there's a lot of other games around. So sometimes it's nice to have a longer cord, and right angle connector so you can push it up close to the wall and you know, save you some space in your gamer space wherever you're going to play this at. So let's open it up and see what we have going on the inside. And as you can see, this is an Acer monitor in here, Acer R240HY. It is an IPS monitor, which means it's got a real good refresh rate. You can look at it from you know, any angle, left to right. You come up and see somebody playing, you can just jump right in there and see what they're playing. You don't have to like squint or kind of push them off to the side to, you know, be able to see what's going on the screen. You don't have to be focused right in the dead center of the screen to see it, is what I'm saying. You can see it from pretty much any angle. So. And there is the OSSC upscaler. So what we've done here is we've got the Nintendo situated right here. And then, I don't know if you can see in the back of it, but we've got some different-y kind of special connectors. These two, this one's audio, this one's video, and they're connected to a SCART connector, which goes to the back of the OSSC upscaler. And then the upscaler is set to 1080p. It's upscaling it from 240 to 1080. And man, it just looks great. No lag or anything like that. You know, the monitor's got a good refresh rate. The OSSC barely introduces anything, so it's the games play wonderfully on it, I think. So out of the system to SCART, into OSSC, and then out to the monitor via HDMI cable. So then we've got the amp. There are 150 watt speakers in here. So, you know, it's, you know, there's no subwoofer or anything. It doesn't, you know, boom and explode your house, but it does give you a pretty good kick of sound. And then everything that we've got in here, we've got the power supply here, and that's wired directly into the switch. So when you turn off that switch, it's like turning off the switch to the power strip here. This is a surge protected power strip, and it has two USB ports in it. That's why I picked this one, because these USB ports go to the lighting. And if I pull this one out, you'll see that light goes off. And then we plug it back in, fire it right back up, and the other USB there goes down into the cabinet. There's a little hole down there you can see, and that goes down into the bottom, the front. You know, the lit up part down in the bottom there, the base. So when you're taking the top and bottom apart, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that, the top and the bottom do come apart. You can use this as a bar top. It lifts right off of there right here. You can just pick it up and use it as a bar top, and then use the base for you know, a table or a nightstand or whatever you want. Keep your beer in there, whatever you need to do. If you're going to take the top and the bottom apart, make sure you take out the USB that goes down to the bottom and shove it down through that hole down there, so that when you pull it off, you're not ripping all the wires out of the base unit. I'm not going to tell you how I know that. Again, I've said that before, but let's just say that if you were to do that, you could rip some wires. So be careful when you're taking the top and the bottom apart, just of that one single wire. Pull it out, shove it through that hole, and you'll be good to go. But this is attached via really strong Velcro. I mean, you can get it off if you give it a good twist sideways, but I prefer not to drill holes in it and put screws in it. I just, you know, just only the necessary screws and bolts are in it, and then everything else we got attached with this real nice strong 3-on Velcro. I mean, we've got the amp. The amp's pretty heavy and it's attached with the stuff, and like I said, you can get the stuff off. If they burn out ever, you need to replace anything, you can pull it off, but you can stick new Velcro on, pop stuff right back on, and there's no screw holes in the thing. Same thing with the OSSC. It's all stuck on there with that 3M. We've had it in arcades and out of arcades, and we've moved them around and we've bumped them around, and none of that stuff's ever come off. So pretty strong stuff. So that's pretty much everything we've got going on in there. So let's take a look at one more thing on the front here. Back to the front of the cab, I did want to point out a couple interesting things about the system itself. First of all, when you go to change out the cartridges, sometimes I find that this door just doesn't want to open a little bit, so I give it a little knock. And that kind of, you know, the paint sometimes sticks to itself a little bit. Give it a little knock, it'll open right up. And then on the system itself, I mentioned it's got those 2 wires in the back of it sticking out, that audio and video wire. Those obviously aren't stock. That's because we have the RGB board in there. So this is outputting pure RGB with a special mod board that we put in there thanks to Teammate 16's Jason. And outputs to the OSSE in pure RGB with a SCART cable, and then out to the TV in 1080p. The mod board, in addition to that, we've got also the replacement 72-pin connector. So this does not push down. You can't push this down at all. We've replaced it with a different type of connector. So you pop that game out, pop a new one in, push it in. It doesn't push down. Can't push it down. There's even a sign on there that says, don't push it down. That's it. You're done. Close it. I know that's against your better nature to not push down on a Nest card, but turn it on and you're good to go. So close and lock it, and you're ready to fire up some Super Mario Brothers. So there it is, week 4 of the crowdfunding campaign, the final week of phase 1 of the crowdfunding campaign. Nintendo Entertainment System. I hope you dig it, and thank you for everybody who has continued to like and share and comment on the posts about the crowdfunding campaign and the cabinets. A lot of questions, a lot of comments, and just really appreciate that, man. A lot of people sharing and getting involved, and already made a sale. TurboGrafx 16 cabinet is on the way very soon. We're just going to do a little bit of cleanup on it, fix it up a little bit. It was out in the world for a while, so we're just making sure, putting it through its paces, making sure before it goes to its final destination on home. So we appreciate you know who you are, for purchasing that cabinet, and that's getting us well on the way to where we need to be to get this place open. So really appreciate that, and everybody watching these videos, liking, commenting. I can't say enough how much I appreciate it, man. It's super awesome. So we'll see you when, if we do phase 2, we'll see you then. But we will see you this Tuesday. There's going to be a Tuesday trade-in at Pixel Blast Arcade. So look forward to that, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Have fun.